Did you know that there are some settings in COD Mobile that can make you go from being an average player to becoming better than average? For example, there's a secret setting in the game that reduces the amount of shake on your screen after getting hit by a grenade, or maybe this one that makes your enemies more visible and easy to spot. And the thing is, 2 months ago, I didn't know any of these settings either until I was messing around with my setting after buying my new phone. And let me tell you, I'm glad I did that because ever since then, I've noticed a significant improvement on my gameplay. For example, this setting called the one-tap ADS fire that helped me improve my gunfights. Ever since I turned on this setting, I'm able to win a lot more close quarter fights even if the enemy is using an SMG and I'm using an AR. And that is because it solves the biggest problem with the fire button, which is the fact that it doesn't shoot while you're scoping in. Meaning when you have this setting turned on, your gun is gonna start shooting as soon as you hit the fire button instead of waiting for the scope animation to finish. So I'm glad that I turned on the setting because I've improved a lot after turning this on. But this is just the tip of the iceberg because I found a setting inside the game that's even bigger. You see, back in June of 2024, my aim used to be pretty bad compared to some of my buddies, and I solved this by changing 2 powerful settings that help me improve my aim. The first one is my FOV, and I used to keep my FOV as high as I could, but you shouldn't do that because having a higher FOV does make you feel more aggressive and give you a wider field of view, but that also hurts your aim. So instead of using some insanely high FOV like 90, it's better to use 75 as your FOV to improve your aim. And the second thing I did to improve my aim is changing the kick skill setting, which also made a pretty big difference. Now when you have these settings set too high, your screen is gonna shake a lot when you're shooting to make the game feel more realistic, but all that shaking is gonna ruin your aim. So it's better to keep all of these to 0 if aiming is what you care about. But after I fixed my aim, I still had another important thing I needed to fix, and I managed to fix that too. I'm talking about the in-game audio because without this, it's really hard to know what's happening around you. The thing is, I use some cheap-ass headphones from Wish, and it's really hard to tell where the sound is coming from when I'm using these headphones. But a setting called Dolby Atmos helped me out a lot because it makes the sound way more precise. But it doesn't matter what kind of headphones you have, you need to turn this on if you want to be more aware of your surroundings. And talking about surroundings, you should also turn on the sound visualization setting to see how loud of a sound you're making. It shows how far your sound is going in the minimap when you're doing things like running or shooting, so make sure to turn it on. Now all of these audio settings did help me out, but we still didn't talk about the most impactful setting, and that is the visuals. You see, you can have the best audio settings, but if you can't even see your enemy, then what's the point? And that's why you need to go to your graphics settings and find this section over here and click on customize color, and it's gonna take you to a BR lobby, but don't worry, it also works in multiplayer. And here you want to click on advanced and click on orange, and then you want to set the saturation to 60 and the brightness to 63, and then go back and turn on synchronize custom setting to MP to apply it to multiplayer as well. Now doing this will allow you to see your enemies more clearly inside of shadows, which is going to give you a pretty big advantage. And it works very well in basically all of the rank maps, so you should have a great time spotting your enemies with these settings. Alright, so now we need to get rid of the shaking effects of explosions because it doesn't give you any benefits, and to do that you need to go to your audio and graphics and click on effects and scroll all the way down until you see this setting. So it's called explosion shake, and you need to turn this off if you don't want to have the shaking effect when a grenade explodes, and it should fix all your problems. And along with these settings, you should also use this booster app to improve your gameplay, especially if you sometimes have a bad connection. This app is going to help you out. I'll leave the link in the description for you to try it out. It makes a big difference and you have to try it out for yourself to see it.